Back in May 2020, whilst we were in lockdown, we looked at how we could do our bit and help raise some money for the NHS, but as we were confined to our homes, our options were somewhat limited. Then we had the idea to invite some of the biggest names in match fishing to join us in a live stream where they could hang out with us and answer some of your questions. The 5-hour-long live stream was a huge success, and with thanks to Adam Wakelin, Mark Pollard, Dean Barlow, Warren Martin, Lee Kerry, Lee Wright, Darren Cox, Ben Townsend and Mark Bartlett, who gave us their time and donated Coaching Day prizes, which helped us raise a fantastic £1,885 for the NHS. As soon as the lockdown was lifted, we managed to get out on the bank with the auction winners. One of those winners was Martin Fuzz Farrow, and it's a year later now, and obviously we are now out of lockdown and that sort of thing, and we've got our day booked in today, and we've actually come along here to the fantastic Lindholme Lakes complex. We're going to be doing a little bit of pole fishing, and there are fish topping everywhere. Well, that sun's gone back in again now. I'm here with Martin. Well done for winning the auction, mate.
Thank you.
How was that? Did you sit throughout the full 5-hour stream?
Yes.
Wow.
I've not watched it since though, I can assure you.
I know. Somebody said to me they were more impressed the fact that I managed to sit all the way through without actually needing a bathroom break. I think that was the biggest comment. I don't know who it was who said that, but
Yeah, I'm right to keep nipping off for a couple of tins.
yeah, well, I can't fault you.
I don't want to dehydrate.
Well, I think we're going to catch a few fish today. Mark's got the pole set up. We're going to show you the rigs and the bait and everything. I haven't fished on this lake myself for about, I don't know, it must be 8 years when I first got back into match fishing. You've not fished on here before, have you?
No.
No, so it's going to be interesting. Just interestingly enough, Martin did actually have a day with Alex Doherty, who works at the fishery. He's very, very good at fishing this sort of a venue, so I'm sure you're going to be putting some of those tricks into practice. So the cloud keeps coming over, so it does keep going a little bit duller, but that wind's a little bit fresh, but we've got the wind blowing down. Martin's all set up now. We've got a bit of a ripple on it. It looks nice. So yeah, what are you going to do? Are you going to start long, or what's your furthest line? What's that going to be?
I mean, top 5. That's it.
Top 5.
I decided not to go any further.
Okay, so we're going to start there. You've got 2 lines at top 5, which will show you the baits and everything, and you've got a margin line set up as well, yeah. So that's it. Can't wait to get fishing. Well, the sun's actually come out now, which is very nice. Mark's just plumbing his margin swim up now. We can't believe our level is that, Mark. What happens if you go any closer than that?
A big tree root.
You've been down there with your landing net, haven't you?
Yeah, I've checked it with landing net.
That's really, in fact, while he's plumbing that, I'm going to walk down. I can't believe, for a corner peg, how level that is. It's like a table. You haven't fed this line yet, so hopefully I'm not going to spoil it. Just shows how level that is, Mark, when you come nearer to the bank. That is really flat there. It is, isn't it? Are you sure you're not scraped that out?
No, not guilty. There is the tree root.
And that's the edge of the tree root.
Yeah.
Brilliant. Fancy fishing on that then, mate. I'm going to do a couple of different things today. We've got some maggots. We've got a couple of pints of, I'll go around that way so you can see better for the sun. We've got some maggots, so we're going to fish with maggots. We've also got some pellet as well and some ground bait mixed up, but we'll talk you through that.
Yeah.
So what's the plan of attack then?
Plan of attack is pellets at about 9 metres and maggots at 9 metres, but obviously at different angles.
On the deck?
Yep.
Okay.
To start off with, and if it comes up in the water, then we'll follow them upstairs.
Right, so what's your ground bait for there? Where are you going to be feeding your ground bait?
Ground bait is for the edge, which is halibut ground bait, 50-50, green swim stim.
Brilliant. Are you going to feed anything else with that then, or just ground bait?
Maybe micros, maybe 4 mil pellets.
Right, okay then. And that's down here under this tree?
Yeah, but I also have got dead maggots as well.
You got some dead maggots as well?
Yeah, just in case.
Alright, and are you going to start out there on the deck then?
Yeah.
All
Pellets
right.
first. My maggot line is to the centre of that tree.
Yep.
And my pellet line is to the fir tree straight opposite me.
Brilliant. Okay then, mate. Well, we'll show you the rig and everything when he gets fishing. Show you the baits. And I know he can't wait to just get a rig out there and find out if there's some fish waiting for us. Right, he's all set up. He's going to start off just potting some baits and go on, talk us through it. What's the
10 4mm hard pellets. Hard pellet, obviously.
Hard pellet on a band.
Yep.
All right. Can I ask you how you've got that set depth-wise, Mark? What have you set? Oh, you dead depth, just over depth. What? Dead depth.
Down to the bottom of the body of my float, as most people now, plumb up.
All right, so you're dead depth.
Yep.
Not fed anything yet, just 10 pellets.
This is the first put in.
And what will you do? Just fish that out?
Start off, just fish it, lift a couple of times, nothing there, then we'll rebait. Okay,
mate. Go for it. And what about your other line, your maggots? So you're going to leave that line for now?
Yep, just give hard pellet a go, and then if nothing comes to fruition on the hard pellet, then we'll try maggot.
Okay, sounds simple. There are lots of F1s in here, lots of carp. I'm not quite sure what other species there is. There's probably loads of silvers. So fishing with these size pellets and maggots, we don't really know what we might get. Well, he's had one or two indications. We thought there were small fish, but he's persevered with it. Cut back a little bit on his feed, but he's into one. We thought there were small fish at the first, didn't we?
We did, yeah. But
obviously this has proven they're not. I think it's hooked all right, even though it's going on a run now, and I'm getting out of the way in case that elastic comes back. Oh, it has, it's gone on a run now. It's heard me. What elastic you got in here?
This is 12 to 14 slick.
12 to 14 slick, so it's just a nice size on these sorts of venues. You know, you can land just about everything, but it's not too heavy for those smaller fish. What are you calling it? Carp or F1?
F1.
F1, okay then.
I'll be wrong anyway. So
the wind stopped blowing now. It keeps changing. 1 minute it's always
failed.
It's a carp. Nice chunky fish though, lovely. Well done, mate. Only little indication. He's put another stot on now, so which I'll show you in a moment. There is. He's dotted that float down now. I'll show you the shotting rig in a minute, but let's have a look, mate. I'll just hold him up. Let's have a look at him. Let's have a look what stamp they are in here. Especially while the sun shines out. There we go. You see his band there and the hook just caught on his trousers. Let's have a look at one in the sunshine while the sun's out. There we go. Yep, lovely. Well done, mate. Brilliant. Can we have a look at your rig? Size 16 hook, is it? 16 hook on a
Guys
band.
on.
Okay. And what hook length is that? 4 inch?
4 inch.
4 inch hook length. You've got a stot there. And then the next stot is there. And then you've got your bulk, haven't you? Which is what? Half depth. And that's it. Really simple. But yeah, he's just been putting 10 pellets in just about every drop in, or after every indication. I think he didn't feed on that one, I don't think. But only a little indication, but there's definitely some fish there now. He hasn't fed any other line yet, so this right hand line with maggot he hasn't fed yet, and we haven't fed the margin yet. That's good to see those couple of early carp, but it's just gone a little bit iffy now. So he's just gone to his right hand swim now. That's his maggot line. He's just potted in about 20 maggots. He's got double dead red maggot on. Have you got that rig set at dead depth as well?
Dead depth.
Dead depth again, size 16 hook, exactly the same shotting pattern as he has on his pellet rig. His bait tray is really simple today. We didn't, like I said, we didn't even know what lake we were going to be fishing today, but he's got the mix there. Okay, so really nice mix that. I like that mix. He's got some spare live maggots there, some 4mm hard pellets, which is what he's feeding and putting on the band on his pellet line. We've got some dead reds, and then we've got 2 pints altogether of live reds. And that's because we didn't know if they were going to be preferring the maggot or the pellet. The wind keeps changing. I mean, it's now, there's slightly from left to right now, with a bit of breeze on it. Sometimes it's blowing in, sometimes it's flat calm, and sometimes it's off our back. But there's 1 or 2 fish topping. But as with this sort of fishing, quite often it's just a case of being patient, seeing where the fish want it, what they want. And he is in a bit of a corner here anyway, so I've got a feeling he's going to catch with it on this maggot line. There might be small fish, we don't know, but it's going to be interesting now he's fed it. It was clear that the maggot line had certainly attracted plenty of fish, but sadly the stamp was tiny, so it was quickly abandoned. I don't think they're his target. What's your verdict on fishing maggots?
I haven't got one.
I think the maggot line's getting abandoned for now, I think. Well, he's gone back on his pellet line. He's only had 2 drops in on it, 10 pellets at a time on the deck. That breeze is kind of coming almost straight in now, but he's into one now. I'm not going to ask you what it is because we got it wrong last time. You know, it's an F1 or a carp, I think.
Carp?
Lovely. Single 4mm hard pellet again. It's now just gone lunchtime now, so the time of day is much better as well. Well done, mate. We've got plenty of fight left in him. Let's have a look at him, mate. Nice one. The size of the mouth on that. No offence, mate, but you've got a big mouth.
Thank you.
So it's time to prime that margin line now. So he's putting 1 pot in. What's in there? In fact, let me go around, let me show you what he's got so you can see the quantity. He hasn't fed it yet, so I'm not going to ruin his swim. He's going to let us have a look. There we go. Ball of ground, mate. It's not loose, so it's in a bowl. Okay, and that is, I don't know how many pellets are there. 30 pellets maybe. There we go, mate. And he's potting that in just on that flat spot that he found with the plummet. Beautiful. How long are you going to give that mark before you go on it?
Well, I keep looking for fish because I better see them when they come in there.
Yeah.
Because they've already been and had a look. But
yeah.
Unfortunately, we didn't give them any food.
We have. We've seen a couple of fish come down here. They look like little F1s. But there are fish moving in these reeds round. We don't have to get them ready for spawning or not yet, but they are around those reeds. So I'm pretty sure we're going to get a visit down there. Another nice fish on the pellet line. Oh, it's just wrapped round its fin. It is in its mouth, but it's gone round its fin. Hold on, mate. Getting stronger now, that line, I think, isn't it?
Yep.
That line's definitely getting stronger now. Let's just have a look at how he's feeding. Let's have a look what he's feeding. A few odd pellets. How many put it in at a time? About 10, or have you stepped that up? No, you stepped it up a bit more now, haven't you? 4mm hard banded pellet still. Just giving them a little bit of a dunk in water just to make sure they all sink when he taps them in. Still on that same line. Looks really inviting now with that wind blowing in. Yes, little tiny indication that. Didn't even completely go under, did it? Just shows you when they just mouth it, when he's fishing dead depth. Shows you that they're on. Sometimes that's all it takes. Looks like a similar sized fish. Stripping some elastic back there, just to get it under control. Definitely responding to that feed now, aren't they? So much energy. So the water's cold, they're still quite scrappy, aren't they? Really responding now, is getting a bite every single cast now, or an indication on that line, just keeping them pellets going in. Similar sized fish again. It just shows you a different time of day. It's like fishing a different swim. A bit chunkier, that one. Just laid his rigging that time, and the float didn't even settle. So that's taking it on the drop, this one. So I think you've got 1 or 2 shallow rigs set up, haven't you?
Yep.
Because he's going to have a try shallow. As you can see, the sun's still out. I don't know if this one's upright or not. It's going around in circles as though it's under its fin or something, but I hope it's upright. Is it? Yeah, it's hooked all right, that one. But yeah, took it on the drop, so he's going to have a look shallow now, I think. He's just gone on his shallow rig, and guess what? He started just putting a few 4mm in. Loose feeding by hand. He can just feed at that range with his left hand all right while he's holding the pole. It didn't feed that time actually. Flicked the rig over twice. I'll show you how he's doing that in a minute. Come up right in front of it. Oh, scrappy. Good fish as well. Hold on, pal, we'll have a look at his rig in a moment. And yeah, he just flicked that rig over a couple of times, and it just hooked itself, just like you want them to when you're fishing like this. It's unhooked itself in the net. Can we have a look at your rig, please, Fuzz? Let's have a look. Because no doubt he's caught that one straight away, so I've got a feeling he's going to catch some more on it. Time of day's right. And there's a few fish cruising about, so he's got a nice little bulk there, as you can see. What size hook is that? 16?
16.
16 again on a band, as you can see. Short hook length, probably, what's that, 3-4 inch hook length?
3 inch.
3 inch. And then he's got a bulk of stots there, as you can see. And then he's got about, what's that, a foot and a bit, just over a foot I'd say, to his float. And that is it. Really simple. But it could be all about the flicking the rig.
Camera.
Just for the camera.
There's my measuring
Look at it, he's going to measure it. He's got his top kit marked out, as you can see. These are in 2 inch increments. So he's done that himself on all his top kits. So the whole rig from bottom to the top is just under 24 inches deep. Okay, so that should give you a bit of a guide. He's marked all his top kits like that, and it comes in really handy obviously when you're fishing like this, or fishing anything in pole fishing, because you've got a constant reference of how deep you're actually fishing. So he's just loose feeding by hand. You can tell that because the ducks have appeared. And I'll see if we can show you how he's just flicking the rig over like that. And like I said, that one just hooked itself. Brilliant to see, because the elastic just all shoots out.
There's no point sitting on it. See?
There we go. There we go. We were just saying it's gone flat calm. We're not going to get one. And what happened? I think they're still there when it's flat calm. They're just really, really cautious. Coming under. There he is. Scoop him. Yes. Well done, mate. He's bigger than I thought. Nice fish.
A bit of gardening, is it allowed?
Your 2 biggest fish have been shallow fish, haven't they?
Yep.
That's not a coincidence, is it? Fuzz has just put a ball, well, some loose ground bait down the margin. This is his margin rig. So is that a 16 hook?
16.
16 hook, 3 dead reds he's trying. He's got a bulk there of some stots. Okay, and then that nice little dumpy float there. Okay.
So you better use one Drennan float.
That's a Drennan float, of course. I know you're a fan, mate. What elastic you got in this?
This is 16 to 18.
16 to 18
all
slick.
All slick.
Naturally, we'd be expecting down there 1 or 2 better fish, but he's just going to have a drop in now with 3 maggots just to see what reaction he gets, if anything. But if that wind carries on, you'd have to fancy that margin at some stage. If not now, then definitely later on. What was that on? 3 reds?
3 dead reds.
Yeah, you potted a few dead reds in with the ground bait that time, didn't you?
Yeah.
Brilliant, well done, mate. Top job. Looking even better, that margin now with that wind blowing in. I'm sure we're going to get a few more, aren't we?
Yep, we're just going to try another 3 dead reds.
We'll have a look. Are you going to feed again this time?
Yep.
3 dead reds, 16. That's it there. Let's have a look at what you're feeding and how. Big pot. Quite a few dead reds in there. And then capped off with ground bait. Loose ground bait. Just lightly pressed.
As Alex Doherty says, the sandcastle.
There you go. I knew we were young, but I didn't know he was still making sandcastles. Well, he's just gone down that margin down there and he's hooked it, and to be honest, we thought he'd hooked one of the tree roots. It was, well, it just wasn't moving. I've called it that it's foul hooked, and I've also called it that we might not even get a chance to see this, but we're going to find out. 3 dead red maggots. It's the time of day, it's 2:30. If you're going to catch down a margin line, this is when you expect it. Look at him. I think it's hooked right. He's just put his fist in the air. It's hooked right, is it, mate? Oh, is it a proper one?
Proper. Roger, it's right.
Is it going to be coming in sideways? The thing is, it's showing you that they are there. When you're getting them little indications and you're not connecting, it's easy to think they're small fish. There we go. He's got to land it now. He's put his fist in. Oh, he's shot round to the reeds. Oh, that was a very sharp change in direction, wasn't it? Oh, he's out. We're all right. We've got proper gear on anyway, haven't we, mate?
This is
3 dead reds over the ground bait.
Right in the belly.
You've got to get it. I think I'll be riddling like that if you hook me in the belly.
I think I got him.
You've got him. You've got him.
Brilliant, well done, mate.
A little bit unorthodox way of landing fish, but he's landed it, and look, it's a good fish as well. Brilliant. The main thing is it's 2:30, it's a margin line, and it's showing you that they are there. So hopefully we're going to get a couple more of those before we call it a day. He was getting signs down the margin, but the fish wouldn't settle properly, so we decided to have a bit of a rethink. Well, he's caught a few fish shallow, done very well there, surprisingly, but when that wind dropped, it was definitely harder, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Went down this inside, down this margin, down here, which looks ideal, and I think it's been a bit iffy, hasn't it?
Yeah, it's just not come together.
I think there's a few small fish down there, but we haven't quite worked out how to feed it yet. We've got maggots with us, we've got ground bait, we've got pellets as well, and we've got corn as well, and we've tried a bit of everything. It's not really worked, has it?
No.
So we're just going to have a change of depth now. There's a little hole in the reeds over there, further along that bank. We're going to try along there. I think it's about how you've just plumbed it up. It is deeper over there, isn't it?
It's 46 inches deep.
46.
Margin.
That's really deep for margin, isn't it? What is it? About 30 metres. That range. We're going to try over there. If you can just get one there, it's something different, and that depth might be better. But we're going to keep feeding down here. We're still going to plan on finishing the session down there, aren't we? You're going to keep feeding that.
Going to keep feeding it.
All right. So we're going to try across there in that rather inviting little hole over there. See if we can pick one off there, and then we're going to come back down this margin, and that's where we're going to finish the session. So go on, see if you can catch one over there for us. He had to add an extra 3 sections of pole to reach that other line and try and hold the float still in the steady tow, but when he got a bite on this new spot, it was a much more positive bite, and it was from a much better stamp fish. Well, it's been one of those days, hasn't it, mate?
Yeah, that's pal.
Caught on everything, haven't you?
Yeah.
Caught on the deck first.
Yeah.
That took a little bit of working out, didn't it? But we've had to feed it. The fish were there, and I think, what was it, about 10 pellets each drop?
Yep.
4mm banded hard pellet were best, wasn't it? And then caught some shallow on that as well, which was good.
Yeah, which made a difference, but we couldn't catch when it went flat calm.
That was definitely had an impact when it went calm, you know. And then you've come down this edge, and well, that's funny. Yeah, I know you've said it's been one of the trickiest sessions to work out that as regards the margin here. We've tried dead reds, we've tried ground weight, we've tried 4mm pellets, we've tried corn, and combinations of them as well. But in the end, he's caught some fish down there. He's worked it out, but it's still not been.
No, it's not been prolific, shall we say.
It's not. One thing I've noticed on here though, the margins are really quite deep, you know, 40 plus inches.
44 inches we had.
44 inches, and that's really close to the bank, so maybe that's had an issue. It's been a bit of an issue as regards feeding it properly, and we might have even caught shallow down there. There have been fish down there. The fish, we don't know how far away they are from spawning, so there have been fish down this corner and in the reeds and stuff, so might have caught shallow there, but you can't try everything. But it's been a really nice session, hasn't it?
Yeah.
The great thing with
it.
It's good. Fisheries like this, you know, there's loads and loads of fish there, so it's great. You know that it's just up to you to try and work it out on the day. So, top job, mate.
Good.
Fantastic. Dad's been at the next peg as well. He's caught quite a few. He's still there concentrating. So, I mean, this is a fantastic fishery. Lots and lots of people know this venue, and there's lots of different styles of fishing here as well. So, it's been good, mate. We've enjoyed it. So, thanks for watching, and we look forward to seeing you next time. Well done, mate. Well done, mate.